Hi, welcome back. Candace here, and today I wanted to walk you through as I begin to put together my Life Crafted album from Citrus Twist Kits. Now, what I decided to do with this album for this year is make this album all about me. And so often in scrapbooking, we document our family and we document what's happening in our children's lives, but we often forget to document all the things that's going on in our own lives and in the things that we are thinking about, and using it like a journal and describing things that we love and things that we dream about. And so that's what I really wanted to focus this album on this year, is just putting down some thoughts, some feelings, some ideas, some personal things, and just put it all in there so that they would all be in one place, and I could always just insert little things that inspire me, little stories throughout the year as the year goes on. So I just wanted to walk you through as I get started on some foundation pages for the album. So then as the year goes on, I can just insert, like I said, those little quotes, write down some specific inspiration or anything else that hits me throughout the year. So I went through the Life Crafted kit, and I wanted to start off with this as my title page. So I cut the 3x4 card out, and the 3x4 card that came in the kit, and then I also used some of that 6x8 paper and cut that down just so it would have a nice border around the outside of that 3x4 card. So then I'm just going to take this and place it down on the center of that, and we're going to put that together. So I wanted just a nice little border for that 3x4 card. And then this is going to end up going on the center. And I wanted to pop that up just to give it a little bit more dimension. I like the look of things popping off the tops of papers. All right, here we go, perfect. Okay, so this is going to be the title page. So I'm just gonna have that go in the center. And then I have this little strip that I'm also going to add to the front of that page. And this is just going to go on top of that beautiful wood grain. And it just says, "And so the adventure begins." And then there we'll start the title page for my album. So we're going to go ahead and put that down as the first page. And then I also have this next page. Now on this page, I measured out a piece of vellum the same size as one of the page protectors in the album. And I like doing this because I definitely like having some pieces in the album that are not inside page protectors. I like the texture and just having a few different things that make the album a little bit more interactive, as opposed to just having everything inside the page protector, which really, again, in itself tells a story as you're putting together your album, because you're putting it together in a way that interests you. So if somebody looked at this album, they would know that I like things pretty simple and clean, and I like having things that interact with the edges and different textures, and I like stuff with dimension. So even in how I put together my album, it's going to tell something about my personality. So this is going to be my next page, and I also wanted to add this cute little tag that was in the ephemera kit, along with one of the word strips. And this word strip says, "Still growing, this is my story." And I love that. Just all the little sentiments and ideas in this kit really giving and prompting you to tell stories about the things that are going on in your life, and I love that. I love being prompted to tell those stories. So with this little tag that now I created, I'm just going to attach that right to the inside. And that's just going to be a cute little tag on the inside of the album. Right there. So I'm just going to float that right inside there. And then that is the next page. So I found in the ephemera pack these little tabs, and I took the stamp set, that This Is Life stamp set, and what I went ahead and did is stamped the goals, wishes, and the story on those little tabs. And what I'm going to do is numbering these. I'm going to go ahead and place these inside 3 different page protectors. And this is just going to be a nice prompt to, again, tell the story of things that are going on throughout the year. And I may not put these back to back, but at least this will prompt me to, at any time during the year, pull this out and I can use that. So I'm going to slide that one in, and then wishes. And by putting that up on some dimensional adhesive, it makes it nice and easy to tuck the chipboard right down on the inside, and then be able to just slide that right into my page protector, and it's all ready for my wishes. And then next, my goals page, and that will be all ready too with the number 3. And the 3, the 1, 2, 3, again, are all from the chipboard that are inside the kit this month. So I have that one in there. Now for the next page, this is, again, I measured the size of the entire page protector, and so this is, it will be its own independent page in the album. And what I wanted to do is interact with the edges a bit. So I'm gonna make this look like a little tab, and I'm just gonna have that hang over the edge a bit. And this one says it's all about balance. And that is definitely one of my goals this year, is to have a little bit more balance. I feel like I'm always working on that and I can never quite get there. So I thought this little chipboard was perfect to go with that. It says, okay not to do it all. And so now I just have a right there interacting with the edges. It's all about balance. Okay, not to do it all. And then right here, I'm just going to add in some journaling about how I'm working on that and how that's a goal for mine this year. So I'm just going to trim off the back here. And then what I plan on doing is I will add in a photo right here that is the full size that will accompany the journaling on this side. So that is my next page. Now, again, cut out a piece of vellum, and this one's really simple, but I just love this beautiful paper that came in the kit. This is where it all begins. And so I was thinking that I would tell a story about some new adventure that I'm trying this year. So I don't know what it will be yet, but I know that what I would like to do is just add this in right here, and then I will add my journaling on a typed piece of paper right behind that, and then I will have that story right there. So for the next page, I loved this little pinking edge here, this little notebook edge, and so I wanted to use that along with this paper that said Random Thoughts, Quiet Whispers. So again, prompting me to tell a story about just about something that I'm thinking about at that time. So no matter what it is, we'll see as the year goes by, but intentional journaling just about something that I am thinking about, something that's quietly whispering at my heart that month. So I'm going to add that right there, and then I will be able to add in my journaling right underneath. Now I think what I'll do is let that notebook edge come a little bit over the top, so it hangs out just a bit from that page protector. So that's nice and fun. And there is my next journaling all set and ready. So I love the idea of interactive pieces like I had talked about earlier. So on this page, what I did is I took that page protector and I just cut it right down in half. So that's gonna stay right there. And then I made, with cardstock, just 3 large tags. And what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of twine and add it to the tops of each one of those. And then I'm going to staple my journaling prompts right to the edge of each one of my tags. So I'm just going to fold over the edges just like that, hold it down with my thumb, and then staple it right there with my tiny attacher. Now you can also actually feed the twine through the hole, but I like to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere, and so that's why I staple it down, just so I know it's not going anywhere, and it adds a little bit more interest having one more thing on there to look at. I'm just going to trim the edges of each one of these, make them just a bit shorter, and then we'll add my journaling prompts to the edges of each one of these. So now I'm actually just going to have these hang over the edge just like that, and then again take my tiny attacher and just staple each one of those tabs down to the edge of my tag. And I love how it's just hanging off the edge and gives it a little bit more interest. I have lots of color going on. And it'll give the reader something to pull and read. I can also just put pictures on here or add my journaling. So after all those tags are done, I can just slide those into my pocket, just like that, and then it is all ready to go. So last page, I loved this beautiful green. So all I'm going to do for this page is I'm going to lightly attach this with some adhesive, and then I'm going to go back through with my sewing machine and send this through my sewing machine. Because I love the way a little stitching looks through on the paper. So I'll add some stitching with my sewing machine, but that is another page for my album. So just real quick, we'll flip through the foundation pages for the album that we have so far. So starting off with the 2019, and so the adventure begins. Then the tag with the vellum, our story, wishes, and goals for the year. And then talking about balance, adding journaling and a photo. And then this is where it all begins, talking about a new adventure for the year. Random thoughts, quiet whispers, and the quiet whispers is from the Traveler's Notebook stamp. And what I'll probably end up doing also is adding this stamp right down here and adding the date. Then we have our fresh start page, and then to add journaling or photos to these little tags inside the album. So this is the beginning of my Life Crafted album for 2019 for Citrus Twist Kits. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. Have a beautiful day, and I can't wait to see what you create with your Life Crafted album. Thanks, bye-bye.